Okay, here we are, David and Ross. Ross and Tiny David. He's on his stilts. So where are we today, David?
We're at Knowlton Church in Earthworks.
Yeah, which is
in Dorset.
Near Wimborne.
Cranbourne Chase.
And we can see it there.
It's there.
So let's go and have a look. This supposedly haunted church.
Yeah, the church is 12th century originally, but this is...
Keep David in shot.
Hi.
Go ahead, get him nice and far away. Oh.
That's not natural. That's not natural.
Yeah. Get your camera out as well, mate.
Okay.
I called him Baby then.
Okay, baby.
Davey.
Okay, baby.
Okay, just realised I got my Star Trek badge on. I look like a massive nerd.
Massive nerd.
Okay, so careful that gate, David. We don't want it attacking you.
I might be some time. We don't want to let the spirits out. Hello.
Let's go. So tell us about what you know about this church. David.
I know this church was originally 12th century, although what you see now are the remains of the 14th century church. There's a black dog there. Is that real or is that a ghost? The earthworks are 2,500 years old and date to about the same time as those around Stonehenge.
Yeah, more than that.
And it's
no, more than that. They're more than that. 4,500 years old. Because
4,500.
They were 2,500 BC. He says, reading off of a.
Got that wrong. It's also said to be one of the most haunted places in Dorset. And it's in a lovely. It's right on top of the hill. You can see it when you drive in quite well. And there's a river confluence.
I've been here once before.
Have you?
Yeah, well, with my kids on a very misty.
The Devil's Glove.
Very misty morning, and we found a old My Little Pony inside that church, which my wife
Still has?
Yeah, well, it's had one leg was like completely ripped to bits, so I reckon it was a dog's toy. So Bet cleaned it, sewed it all up, gave it to the kids, and they never played with it ever again. So, something I heard about this place is that what we're walking on here, this ring, is older than the pyramids in Giza.
Yes.
It's mental, isn't it?
Yes. And also there are lots. So the church is on an inner ring, and then there's a ditch, and then there's a bank, which indicates apparently that it's not a fortification type wall.
Yeah.
Because a fortification type wall would have
ditch on the outside
to stop people attacking. There's also an outer ring, which is 250 metres in diameter, and you can see it there at the goat farm. Look. See that bit of banking? That's a long barrow. There's another barrow over there.
Okay, so what I learnt this. Which ones are older? Round barrows are older.
Long barrows are older.
Long barrows are older, and round barrows are newer. And I didn't realise because I
invented curves.
Yeah, I didn't realise that because there's lots of barrows around here. I didn't realise that barrows weren't just the burial of one person. It's like a family, and they
you can keep adding to them.
Keep adding to them. They're often their meat removed remains are put in there.
That looks a bit like a cricket pitch then. This is lovely out here.
All the things you get to find in dark Darzet. Okay, so do you know? So the church is supposedly haunted, isn't it? Lots of weird stuff is seen here.
Yeah.
So what do you know about the ghost of the church, David?
I know that there is a window on the side there that we just walked past. There's sightings of a pale face, pale ghostly face at the window. There's another story of a figure in a dark cloak that disappears and reappears. There's a story of a horse, isn't there, that kind of bolts through and goes straight through the building.
Wow.
And I think there's the shadow of a crying nun that's been seen.
Very busy.
Yeah.
Site.
It's very busy. But then if it's been here for 4,000 years, there's plenty of... And then you've got the other thing of the earthworks would have been a pagan thing for centuries and centuries. And then at some point, they've put a Christian church on top, whether to mark some authority over the pagan rituals, or maybe to keep that kind of tradition going with the new religion.
We should come here at night. We should do a night one here.
Yes. I'll bring my big black horse and we can go up through.
You're scared of horses, David?
No, I don't like anything bigger than me.
Oh, please.
Just found this. It's around the outer ring near the church. It could be one of the original stones that was placed around the earthwork to build a henge. I did read online that some teenagers doing some dowsing found one of these stones that had been buried for many years. So
Oh,
it could
nice.
be that one. Also, looking as the whittler I am, these things here are bits of stick that have had the bark, where they're the bark that's been stripped from a stick with a knife.
Someone's been whittling.
Someone's been, looks like it's been chewed by a dog, but that's a clean thing.
Do a bit of dowsing, David. This will be a good site for the dowsing adventures of Ross and David.
Were they whittling, Ross? Were they whittling? A couple of new bags there, nice, weren't they?
Why do people put dog shit in a bag and then then dump it?
Look, there's a nice little cavey. And then these two yew trees. So yew trees,
yes.
Yew trees grow for, like, they can be thousands of years old. Yews.
Yeah, often
in churchyards.
Yeah, often churches are built where yew trees are.
Looks like there's a yew tree over by the goat farm.
Oh yeah. Oh, I always heard about it. Look, it's got all the
Not natural.
all these ribbons. Been told this feels like you're going somewhere between these.
Between worlds.
Yeah. Didn't see this last time I came. Oh, there's like an altar here. Look. Look, the people have been put prayers and stuff in it.
Maybe that's
What they were whistling up there. Look, this thing.
possibly. There's this chap on Instagram who's really marvellous. I'll post some video of me releasing a trout in the stream, and he'll say, "Oh, there's a such and such warbler in the background. They're really rare."
Yeah.
It's like, wow. So the church stands a bit out on its own here because there's not really a village nearby, but there was a village, and in the late 15th century it was decimated by the Black Death, and the few remaining people that lived here, I think they moved on to be, maybe to run away, maybe to be in a bigger settlement because they couldn't survive on their own. And then the church continued until I think the 18th century when the roof fell in, and because there weren't that many people nearby, they never did anything with it.
So we're walking over to the church now, which is the where a lot of the ghosts have been seen. You said for a burp. Let's do that again. We're walking towards the church now, where a lot of the ghosts have been seen. So there's not much of it left.
Very small, isn't it?
Yeah. So I wonder how you would have got up into the tower. You'd have to have got in the tower inside.
That's very cool.
So this is one of the windows. I think this is one of the windows you see the ghost looking out of, isn't it?
I think it's the one at the top. See that one up there?
Which is even better because that means if it, right at the very top, if we do see someone looking out there, how on earth they did it get up?
Yeah, quicker than me.
Oh, yeah, completely. That's like doing that thing at a pub when you run around on the thing. What is it? There's an actual kite. Someone's brought their kite out today. I think it's one of my favourite places we've been so far. So this is the church. This is where that window up there is where the ghost has been seen.
There's another stick.
Sick mungus. So we've just a farmer has kindly let us into his land, even though they're shut. This is part, that ring we was in just now is part of an actual much bigger earthwork. Like, this is the edge of an enormous ring on here. And like you can see over there, there's another enclosure.
That's a modern one, surely.
No.
That looks odd, that one.
Yeah, they said they've cleared it all out.
Sheep.
Yeah, but the guy, where we are now, is where some guy has had a load of orbs attack him. We just talked to the son of the man it happened to, and he was very convinced that it was real. So,
Yeah.
okay, we better go because the man's waiting to close the gate. But we will come back another day and buy some potted meat. Good boy. It's all good, man. It's all good. Don't worry. It's all right. Slobber.
Did you take a photo of that bird?
Yeah. It's all good. It's normally David who gets white goo all over me.